Good day, viewers. Let me give you something from my archives before we start with the tabloids. Truth is strength. Strength is unconquerable. Let's go to the archives. We're going to the tabloid of, let's go to the tabloid, sorry. We're going to the tabloid of Monday, June 9th to June 15th. Uh, 2003. As usual, the price 1,500 Ghana cedis or 1,500 cedis. I'll read first of all read all the I will first of all read the titles. Then maybe I'll select a few, and you can look at the paper. Let's go to the second page. Or rather, second and third pages. Uh, a family conference underway. The police inspector gets curious. Sorry, I didn't read the front page. Obi named Tachi's ghost hands prophet Amuako. Then, 10 reasons why not to marry her. Then, J. Lo explains why she didn't marry P. Diddy Combs. Now, let's go to the second. I've shown you the second and third pages already. A family conference underway. Dilemma of the maid servant. The police inspector gets curious. Let's deal with the cattle rustlers. I think we can read that. Then, drunken driver kills girl, 14, on zebra crossing. You can see the picture of the girl. Then, hotel worker assaults co-worker for gossiping and pays 700,000 cedi fine. Okay, we have jokes here. Joke. I think we'll go to that too, so I don't need to hurry about that. So here it is. Uh, then, fourth and fifth pages. Then we go to pages 5 and 6. Some of you may know the personalities in here, especially those in the West, those in the Western countries. Pages page 6 and 7, that's pages 8 and 9. Then pages 10 and 11, where we can get Alaji Konkode. Viewers will realize that Alaji Konkode is not his real name. He has put his real name in the speech. The insults are too much. Lest they get him and attack him. But I love him. I love you, Kokode. I wish I could get you so we can chat. I love you, and I know what you are doing is the right thing. Mm. Uh, so, so let's go to the phase two. Let's go to the jokes. Uh, because of the constant movement in the military, our headquarters command marked marking spaces with acronyms representing the various job titles worthy of reserved spots. A new staff sergeant was immediately struck by the variety of vehicles owned by the people assigned one particular choice slot, one particular choice slot. Dash. It seemed a different model was parked there each day. Curious, he looked through the base phone book to find out who was on charge of who was on charge of FCFS as the space was marked. So the space was marked FCFS. Finally, unable to come up with the answer, he asked his co-workers if they knew. That's when he learned the acronym stood for first come, first serve. So in other words, if he were to go there first, he could park his car there. First come, first serve, first serve. Then one. That is another story. I really talked to my daughter Rita about my military experience. I rarely talked to my daughter Rita about my military experience. So it surprised me when I overheard her mention it during a phone conversation with her boyfriend. The daughter has been leaking information to the boyfriend. You know, love is strong. Hmm? Apparently, he was having a hard time adjusting to army boot camp and had stolen moment to call her and complain about his tough regiment. Yes, the boyfriend is also a military man. Mm. Look, this Rita's response. Look, Rita admonished him. If my mother can do it, then you can do it too. Mm. So, sorry, the friend is a woman rather, and I think the father leaves the woman living for quite a long time, and the woman is complaining to the friend who is the military man's daughter. And the military man's daughter said, "If my mother can do it, then you can do, you too can." Mm. Okay, that's we are only two jokes. Man-faced madness at police station. Okay, drunken driver kills girl 14. I think that's okay. It's not very worthy of reading. Let's go to man feigns madness at police station to avoid prosecution. This story may be distasteful to some of you, so I don't know. Maybe when I get to the section, I will ask you to put off your eyes or ears or to clock your ears. Criminals, whether scientific or the ordinary or the ordinary, always have tricks to play against the law enforcers and their victims. A suspect at the Akosombo police station in Ghana, that's in Ghana, Akosombo is in Ghana, did the unthinkable with the hope of courting the sympathy of the police to avoid prosecution for his crimes. Uh, in fact, the suspect, Kwesi Michael, did what no normal person in his right senses shall ever dream of. So, viewers, we are reading what follows. You can clock your ears and then listen, especially if you are eating or you look away. So, the warning is given already. I now go. He was alleged to have mixed food given to him with his own feces. Pardon me. mm, with his own feces and ate them and topped these with his own urine. Can you imagine that? Mm. He did this in the full glare of the police. Sorry. He did this. He did this in the full glare of the police who were investigating a stealing charge against him. The irony of this case was that the suspect was in a good mental frame and he was also alleged to have stolen some few mangoes. Oh my God, mangoes, mangoes. Huh? Why do you take an adult to the police station for stealing mangoes? Oh my God. So look, first, to have some few mangoes and shares costing okay, there are other things and costing 70,000 cedis, which were being dried on a drying line. When this presentation, when this pretension, when his pretension could not achieve the desired impact, he broke down and confessed his sins. So you've eaten your own bowel material for nothing. Mm, and confessed his sin. The police had no hesitation in dragging him before the St. Magistrate Court, presided over by, I think the rest of the stories is not necessary. Uh, I feel I feel second best. Is this woman a devil? My menstrual period have failed. Have stopped, sorry. What causes pimples? He wants oral sex. Okay. Now we go to Alhaji Konkode. Mhm. Like I said, this is not his real name. I don't know of any person called Konkode. Mhm. So let's go. The he- oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is not Alhaji Konkode. This is strange but true. Mhm. This is this is strange but true. The heaviest woman ever was the late Mrs. Percy Peel Washington, born in Louisiana, 1926, who died in a hospital in Milwaukee, Milwaukee, Wins, October 9, 1972. The hospital scales registered only up to 800 pounds, but she was believed to weigh about 880 pounds. She was 6 tall. She was 6 feet tall and wore a size 62 dress. I don't know what that means, but most of you or some of the viewers will know what that means. He wore a size 62 dress. The previous weight record for a woman was set 84 years earlier at 850 pounds, although a wholly a wholly unsubstantiated report exists of a woman, Mrs. Ida Maitland, Maitland, born 1898 to 1932 of Springfield, Miss, who who reputedly weighed 911 pounds. So I don't know if today people are still overweight today. I don't know if these records have been beaten, if these numbers have, or let's call the records, if these records have been beaten already. And here it is 911 pounds. That was a woman of a woman who was born in 1898. Now, lightest twins. The lightest recorded with the lightest recorded birth weight for surviving twins is 2 pounds 30, 2 pounds 3 ounces. In the case of Mary, in the case of Mary, 16 ounces, and Margaret, 19 ounces. Born, am I right? Am I okay? I think yeah, 16 ounces. I think the first one was uh, 21 pounds. The spelling is not that. It's either 3,000 or 30 ounces because the 30 is written big letters and then only the Z is written small letter. So it could have been 3 ounces. Yes, I think it's 3 ounces. Uh, to Mrs. Born to Mrs. Florence Simpson of uh, Peterborough, England, delivered by Dr. Macaulay, August 16, 1931. Margaret is now Mrs. MG. Hurst. So they survived. Okay, oldest triples, oldest triplets. Sorry, oldest triplets. The longest lived triplets on record were Faith, Hope, and Charity. I love their names. Faith, Hope, and Charity. Sorry, Faith, Hope, and Charity Collin, born March 27, 1962, and Marlborough, in Marlborough, Mass. Mrs. Hope Daniels was the first to die in March 2nd, 1962, when 93. Okay, longest coma. People have stayed in coma today for years. I don't know. Let's see what the longest coma at that time was. The longest recorded coma was that of Ellen Esposito. Was that of Elaine Esposito, born December 3, 1934, of Tarpon Springs, Florida, FLA. She never stirred. She never stirred after an appendectomy on August 6, 1941, when she was six. When she was six in Chicago, she died on November 25, 1978, age 43, 357 days, having been in coma for having been in coma for 37 years, 101 days. Well, I don't think this record can be broken. I don't know. I'm here to know. Hmm? Huh? In coma, having been in coma for 37 years, 101 days in coma. Huh? That is a generation, or probably more than a generation, according to what you consider as a generation. Hmm? Then, triple transplant. Triple transplant. The first triple transplant, heart lung liver, took place in December 17, 1986, at Papworth Hospital, Cambridge, England, when Mrs. Davina Thompson, born February 28, 1951, underwent surgery for 7 hours by a team of 15, headed by Hest surgeon Mr. Mr. John Wall, work and Prof. Mr. John Wall work and Mr. John Wall work and Professor Sir Roy Kalin. We go to the next story. Earliest anesthesia. The earliest recorded operation under general anesthesia was for the removal of a cyst from the neck of James Venable by Dr. Clifford Williamson, Long, born 1815 to 78, using diethyl ether. I've forgotten my chemistry. Using diethyl ether into bracket C2H5 bracket close 20 diethyl ether 20 in Jefferson, GA, on March 30th, 1941. That's earliest anesthesia. Mm, that's 1915 to 78. 1815 to 1878. Okay. Pill taking. The highest recorded total of pills swallowed by a patient is 5,689 from June 9, 1967 to January 1st, 18 to January 1st, 1986 by CHA Kilner, born 1926, of Bindura, Zimbabwe, following a successful operation to remove a cancerous pancreas on May 26, 1966. Pills, 5,689 From June 9th, 1967 to January 1st, 1986. Okay, it's over a long period. 1967 to 86, that's about 20 years. 777, 80, that's about 20 years. Okay, now let's go to fastest amputation. Oh my God. The shortest time recorded for the amputation of a leg, the pre-anesthetic era was 13 to 15 seconds. Oh, by Napoleon's chief surgeon, Dominic Larry. There could have been no there could have been no negation of a leg. I don't know. The leg, there's one following which I can't understand, so maybe I'll show you to viewers to see for themselves. Fastest amputation. Fastest amputation. Okay, now let's start. Alasan of the move. Quotation from the finger who brings in the soils. The finger who brings in oil soils the rest. Okay. This is an interesting quotation. The finger who brings in oil soils the rest. The finger who brings in oil soils the rest. Mm. And this is the health column. Your health issues. Your health issues. Shape up your eating habits. I think it's about fruits or vegetables or something like that. Um, let's go to the next page. I think these stories are only of the continuation of the cover stories. So, there are very interesting cartoons here called Yaro. They are maybe next to Alaji Konkode, but it will take a lot of time to read them. So I've always been avoiding them as well. I don't know. Maybe one day we will revisit them. So this is Yaro for you. It's also a series of cartoons. It comes, I think, almost every week. Mm. So now, 10 reasons why not to marry her. How to select your wife. 10 reasons why not to marry her. Let's go to the next page. Yes, we now come to Aladi Konkode. My wife's best friend is also one of the series of stories. Claire, the robbed and mess and commission. So let's go to Aladi Konkode and see how he starts slowly and ends abruptly. That assemblyman at KMA, tell me more. KMA is Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, that's in Ghana. What does it say? Uh, you honorable assemblyman, you say you are honorable. So, are you sure what you are elaborating in that electrical store was correct? I was with the manager. and saw you feely feely, and overheard you say all manner of things about the KMA boss. Mhm. So, like I said, I heard you feely feely means I heard you openly or explicitly. Uh, so, next paragraph. He sends a woman on his errands. He is naughty and disrespectful. He spends like King Farouk. And so what? And so what? Why can't some of you assembly men, women think about development? The collective good of Kumasi, about development, the collective good of Kumasi, but continue to practice pull him down of COAs. See, this is somebody of the grassroots trying to pull somebody down, trying to uh, try to smear the name of somebody who is higher than him in order that he might lose his job. Has the KMA boss failed in his job? Yes, this is a question. If he has failed to do his job, fine. But what you are saying has nothing to do with his job. That's what Alaji Konkode is saying. That's why I like him. Hmm? Let me read that again. He spends, uh very good, is it? Has the KMA boss failed in his job or his job performance is above board? Yes, this is what that's why you should talk about it and not to go and be talking about his personal issues. Fine. The pull him down in the body politics of Ghana must stop. It will never stop, Concorde. It will never stop. It's human nature. It's rather increasing now that there is more hunger in Ghana, mm, and people's eyes are red for money. Mm. So, of Ghana must stop. For some time, the KMA boss had been the talk of town in Kumasi and beyond. Why are some of the assemblymen, women, always agitating for his removal? The former KMA boss, On- Okonko Nana Kwesi Ajiman, suffered some tactics years and an end, and now Mr. Kofi Juma too. You see, so these are people who just go about tarnishing people's names, mm? And the people they are tarnishing are even far, 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 far above them. I don't know how the way we have sick, jealous people, and so I don't call them jealous because they are not, they, they are mates, they are not in their class. Fine. I'm told you assemblymen are the cause of the agitations, but you have done nothing in your electoral area since your election. Very good. Alaji Kokole, uh, thank you very much. Hmm? If you do not stop the pollution and stigmatization, I will expose you. Expose them, Alaji. Expose them, Alaji Kokode. I will expose you to the KMA boss and the regional minister because you are a danger to the peace and unity of Kumasi. Alaji Kokode, don't waste time. Expose them. Expose such people like you've been doing. Hmm? Okay, now the next story. The regional party chairman, Koforidua. Chairman, you are a loose talker. Why is it that you talk by heart like that? Do you hear or have you seen any chairman of a party talking like you before? Mhm. People say you are not correct. In other words, he's mentally incorrect. People say you are not correct. I'm now going to monitor you to see uh, what you have done, to see okay, full stop. What you have done so far to show you are proactive. Okay, there shouldn't have been full stop there. So I'm now going to monitor you to see what you've done so far to show you are proactive. Uh, is it always easier? Is it always easier than done? Sorry. It is always easier said than done. As chairman, you should be talking. You should be talking sense than always accusing others, whereas your own household is rotten. Alaji Konkode, I love you. You, I think it's supposed to be your background. Maybe press printing error. It is you, but let me correct it. Your background stinks like the stench. People are watching to bring you to order. Chairman, it's not talk matter. Oh, sorry. Chairmanship is not talk matter. Hmm? Next sentence. You should organize your party. You should organize your party functionaries to be proactive. The ordinary man at Kofredwa wants to see uh, development, not stagnation of projects. If you don't act fast now, it will be too late. See you. Okay, next story. That big man at the castle, please behave or Sokatidondo. Sokatidondo. Oh, I don't know what that means. Eh? So that big man at the castle, please behave or Sokatidondo. Then next sentence. Why, Baba? Baba means father or any elderly person. Say, why, Baba? It's a question. I thought you were a gentleman, pa, but what am I hearing? Question. Suffering from sexual jankotomiasis as well. Suffering from sexual jankotomiasis as well. Well, I don't know what jankotomiasis means. Next paragraph. I'm sure with your position now, you will not even get the time to fix women and hitting them left and right. But the sitrep is inverted in brackets. But the sitrep, well, I don't know what that means. But the situation report before me is too serious. So people carry news to Alaji Konkode so he can put culprits right. Now, let's go to the next sentence. What did you do to that actress? What did you do to that actress? It's a question. Next paragraph. Don't you know she's married and is somebody's? Please, you are courting hatred and enmity for yourself, the government, and the party which is ruling. You know Alaji Konkode. You know Alaji Konkode. Sometimes we don't blame the man. When you blame the man, blame the woman too. These women know they are married. They throw themselves to the man because this man is a party chairman and she can get something from him. It's still happening. They go to the government offices looking for big men, trying to entice them. And I tell you, some of them even use spiritual means before going. So Alaji Konkode, I like you, but you should be advising the women as well. Mm? So, I've missed my line again. Don't you know she is married and somebody's? Please, you are courting hatred and enmity for yourself and the government and the party which is ruling. Very good. Next paragraph. Your predecessors did similar things and were cursed and they suffered terribly. Yes, yes. These men are not doing it out of their own desire. They are under some kind of spells. Mm, mm. So you can imagine your predecessors did some similar things and were cursed and they suffered terribly. You don't have to be doing same. If you don't stop your bad behavior, I will put you on front page of the internet. Uh, so there was internet by then, I don't know. Mm, okay. I shall also report you to the president, the vice, and Aja Mpiene to give you tutelages on campaign for greater discipline because you are an apology of a big, big man at the castle, the seat of government. Those you are going to report them to, have you discovered their own? Is this? They are not left out. Olaji Konkode. Uh-huh. I shall also report to you, yes, I've heard it. Now, Next sentence, next paragraph. Don't tell me it is your privacy, for you have none as a public or people man. Yes, when you're in public office, you have no privacy. If you ask Bill Clinton, people were watching me all the time. Eh? Until even when his zip holds his skin, it is reported. I remember that. He wanted to draw his zip, and the zip held his skin, and it was reported. These journalists and these Americans. So you have no privacy. So then tell me it is your privacy, for you have none as a public or people man. Both your private and public lifestyles must be watched carefully from now. Very good. Next story. That big chief at Kofredwa, can't you change at all? Nana Merima. Nana Merima will actually appear for. Nana Merima will actually appear for. I can't understand that. Aye, Nana, I am greeting you good morning with the greatest courtesies. Nana Brema Memawachi appear for. Memawachi appear for. Next paragraph. How are the mightiness fallen? Oh, well, I don't know if it's mighty so it's spelled mightiness. Let me read what I see. How are the mightiness fallen? I'm sure they are their usual good selves. Nana, why can't you subject yourself to change? For all these years, why are you still breathing fire and disunity at Kofredua? A bird whispered in my ears. I tell you, Kokode has a lot of informants. And if I were there near him, I would have been one of his informants because I dislike such things, such nasty behaviors. So a bird whispered in my ears that last week at Kofredua near the palace that, like the old tiger, if even pushed into the pond, the dark spots remain the same and cannot change. You are the true leopard. Mhm. Okay, he has started mildly. Let's see how it will end. You are too incorrigible, excuse me to say, and that is dangerous. I'm told now the division in your administration and forecourt have widened to the displeasure of all who treasure peace. Next paragraph. Things are now falling apart, and the center cannot hold any longer. Please prepare for real action because you have been pampered for long, for long, and enough should be enough. Nana, you should change your ways, else you shall be left alone in your self delusion. You think you are the wisest, most hardworking, learned, intelligent, and an achiever. Sorry, full stop. But others say, next paragraph, but others say you are hopeless, deceptive, talkative, hollow hollow, divisive, egocentric, and even made to be candid, and even made to be candid. Last paragraph. You are widening the gap in your rule with rulers and subjects. Your boastful towns put most self-respectable put self most respectable people from you to be careful. Let me repeat that. Your boastful towns put most self-respectable people from you to be careful. You understand that? Okay. Nana, Nana, oh, Nana, Nana, oh, Nana, keke piaka. Biribi, 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 ye. Biribi ye. Nana, kapiato. Biribi ye. And tisa, yedi, achinchan, beye, yedi achinchan beye, sokwa, mo, appear for. Well, this local language, which you may not understand. even Ghanaians, unless you understand the language. So let's stop here. And next time, hopefully, we shall go to the Quran. You see why I say some of these stories have uh, contain big, big signs related to the Quran or to the Holy Scriptures. I never knew how can somebody be in coma for 37 years, not dead, not alive, 37 good years. I don't know whether in this era we've had something like that. Mm. It's been there. Netanyahu, I was told he was in coma for 7 years. Mm. Netanyahu of is it Netanyahu? Uh, Elias Sharon, sorry. Elias Sharon of Israel. I'm told he was in coma for 7 years. And this one is 37. This is a very big sign from God. God didn't want to take him, to take the fellow away, and so he had to stay so long without dying. So, viewers, I think I'll end here. Thank you very much. Bye bye.